Miaou. Attends, c'était nul.
Ouais, 1, 2,
3. Miaou.
Dior.
Yaou! Ça va la chaîne?
This is the Summer 2025 menswear collection by Kim Jones.
Salut mademoiselle.
It's an artistic collaboration with the genius ceramist Hylton Nel, and Kim Jones collects his works religiously.
I wanted to really celebrate him. He's an artist I really, really love.
We talk to all the talents involved, so you will understand their inspirations, techniques and moods.
We do these crochet cats as charms. I'm the Madonna of the cat.
Your backstage, your fittings, your first row. You will j'adore this.
Attends, j'adore.
Hello, I'm Loic Prigent. Subscribe to my channel for in-depth fashion coverage.
It's a glorified glow.
I also have an inspiring website called fashionmoodboard.com. It's free and it's full of videos, photos, text to fill your mood board. Meow, 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 meow. Bigger-than-life statues of Hylton Nel are populating the show space, bigger than the models themselves.
It's very exciting to see them big like that.
How did you discover his work?
I was working with Peter Hugo in Cape Town, who's a friend of mine, and I went to see Mark Barban at the Stevenson Gallery, and there was some of the ceramics there, and I bought 4 maybe, and then every time they come in I've just bought more and more and more, and I've got a huge collection of them.
What was your favorite aspect of working with him?
Well, he's such a sweet person and he likes my work, so easy.
The first thing I bought was something similar to this, which really reminds me of my dog Dexter. So it's just, there's an emotional attachment to his work. We wanted to really do his world via Dior.
It's Alice in Wonderland, but this time the cats actually seem nice. What do you think of the cats?
I love them. Meow.
Which cat are you bringing back home? Ah ouais.
Meow.
What do you think of the sets?
Oh, for right now, I think it's cute, you know. It's the content and the concept in the same time. As you can see, I can see like the cat is I think the abstract cat, I would say.
Everywhere you find winks to the ceramic creations of the artist Hylton Nel.
Working on ceramics, I was like, how can I translate this to something knitted? So I found this yarn that's a polyurethane. So it's a really rare yarn. And when it's knitted and then steamed, it becomes like a glaze. It has the softness of a knit, but has that light on top that looks like it's glazed, like a plate or like a pot. That was Hylton's, idea of putting shine onto things. That's the unique thing of working with artists that are not really fashion people.
This is the wardrobe of Monsieur Christian Dior if he was living in 2025 and had to go back and forth between Paris and his hometown of Granville.
Just the idea of something a bit more loose and relaxed for summer.
On the Granville side of the collection, you get outfits for long walks along the seashore and preppy looks for coffee on a chic Parisian terrace. Chic means expensive, of course.
The yarn is interesting as well because it's yarn that's a wool, but when they spin it, they're like blowing air through the spinning process, so it becomes really light wool in the end. So it looks like something that could be very heavy, but it's super light because of the way that the spinning is done and then printed with the deer.
On their feet, large boots echoing the classical clogs with massive studs.
Cette saison, on est parti sur le thème sabot, parce que, encore une fois, Monsieur Dior est Granville, mais aussi parce que l'artiste qui travaille la céramique, qui est sur le défilé, il a ce côté nonchalant, très simple, spontané, et on aimait beaucoup l'idée de mettre les deux mondes ensemble. L'idée, c'était de garder la construction classique d'un sabot, donc semelle bois, il y a une sous-semelle en gomme, et le montage clou par clou, pour assembler la tige au bois. C'est de l'être, c'est un peu lourd. Chaque trou doit être percé pour l'emplacement des clous. Et ça, c'est mis à la main. Sur la partie intérieure de la semelle en bois, qui est en 2 parties. Et on a un autre thème, notre sneaker sport, qui est la B35 Next. Là, on a essayé de vraiment jouer sur l'équilibre entre sneakers très très sport, donc c'est une semelle en PU légère qui représente le canage avec la transparence de la semelle. Et là, on vient avec un traitement suède et raffia aussi. Donc en fait, au lieu d'avoir de la microfibre, on a mis du suède. Et au lieu d'avoir du mesh, une matière sportive, c'est du raffia tissé.
Couture. On the Parisian side of the collection, the shapes are soft-angled with round-shouldered coats and soft floating pants to walk on Avenue Montaigne. The tailoring is inspired by a 1958 drawing of a Dior coat by Yves Saint Laurent when he was artistic director of the house, which was never realized at the time. Pas mal, pedigree, satisfaction.
I really like suits, so I really like it's like a different version of it with shorts, so it's what I really like.
The Toile de Jouy, the 18th century print so loved by Mr. Dior, is here reinterpreted with furry friends by Hylton Nel.
The Toile de Jouy on organza, which is a Hylton version, so you can see all his details in.
The overall feel of the collection is delicate, sober, with shines and light on different textures. The skin of the models is of course well crafted by Peter Phillips, the in-house makeup emperor.
For the Dior Men show, we did like a very luminous skin. Guido did like a very shiny hair, and we did like a nice luminous patina on the skin, just to reflect a little bit like the finish on the ceramic statues. So there's a luminosity kind of everywhere coming back.
6 months were necessary to come up with the technique of the ceramic colors, which seem frozen. The designer and sculptor Flavio Juan Núñez collaborated with Kim Jones and Hylton Nel.
En fait, c'est une technique que j'ai développée exclusivement pour Dior. Donc c'est à partir des cols qu'on a reconstitués, des cols faits par l'atelier en tissu. Et j'ai mis au point ce processus de céramisation, couche par couche, qui fossilise les pièces exprès pour le projet.
C'est fragile?
C'est aussi léger que du papier, et tu peux rouler dessus.
C'est lourd ou pas? Ah ouais, c'est hyper léger.
C'est du tissu qui est d'abord moulé et ensuite c'est recouvré de résine et ça donne cet effet. C'est vrai.
I like the idea of things you don't expect to be worn in certain ways, I guess.
Colors. Kim Jones is all about subtle colors. The collection is an interpretation of Hylton Nel's color palette, and the materials echo South Africa, where he lives. Baobab green, Cape Town dusty beige, Blue Lagoon blue, Pink flamingo pink, Yellow bell flowers yellow. The mandatory Dior hats are now knitted bobs with ceramic pearls hanging all around, put on the model's head with extreme precision by the genius modiste of the house, Stephen Jones.
Ah, Stephen Jones.
These hats are crocheted raffia and they're made in special collaboration with a company called Earth Age in South Africa, in Cape Town, and they do the crocheting, and we supply them these beads, these ceramic beads, and you can see the ones at the front say Dior, pink and blue and grey. I mean, of course, these are more the Dior Man colours, so they're colder, more neutral, more masculine. But then, you know, we go into lemon and viridian and these pretty ones around the back.
You know, Dior is always Dior. Dior is always giving us the best.
Inside there's nothing, but what we do is when I put them on the guys, we make very sure about the angle and the way that they're put on. Because a hat like this is really, it's almost like a beret. It's about the interpretation of how you put it on. It could be worn on the back of the head, forward, or this could be pulled up. So when I put it on the guys, that's 25% of making the hat.
Kim Jones takes his bow.
I think what he has done with it is amazing and lovely. I love seeing the tissues like this, everything. I just loved it too.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez pensé du défilé,
Sébastien?
Je trouve ça très cool.
Je m'attendais à avoir plein de petits motifs et plein d'animaux. J'ai eu plein de motifs et plein de petits animaux.
Voilà, this was your exclusive look into the Dior Men Spring Summer 2025 fashion show. I even got an autograph by Hylton Nel. Et je demande pas souvent des autographes.
L-O-I-C. Two O's?
No, one.
One O.
Ouais, Loïc.
L-O-I-C.
Yeah, with two O's it's better actually.
L-O-I-C.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur. Très gentil. Comment Loic with two O's if you like the video and meow if you got till the end. Bye.
Miaou, abonnez-vous à la meilleure chaîne YouTube.
I love your red beret. What was the idea behind it this morning?
3:30 this morning when I woke up to come to Paris, it seemed like a very good idea. And there's nothing to do with Stephen in Paris.